Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Taco Tuesdays. Today we're going to be doing a little ID at Xbox Indie Spotlight, covering some
Heyo.
infinitely delicious titles that recently released on the Xbox One. I'm joined with the usual bros, B-Rizzle, R-Money,
Yo yo.
Yo, yo. Indeed.
yeah, flash
Yo,
those
yo.
gang signs.
Gonna get beat in the streets.
Oh lordy, but yeah, I don't know if you have been following the indie scene on Xbox lately, but it's been getting pretty big. Last Friday alone, I think there were 3 indie titles that dropped.
Oh, there was just tons of new stuff. Tons of new stuff. Like, it was almost every day something new came out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The last 2 weeks have been pretty insane. It's been pretty hard to keep up with the amount of stuff that's been coming out on Xbox. So we just kind of wanted to take today to talk about some of the ones that we've been digging, some of the ones we're excited to try, and then yeah, we'll just kind of go from there.
Yeah, because we really don't know what to expect at E3. I mean, since so much has already been announced and shown at like Gamescom and all of that stuff. So we really didn't. We'll just, I guess, leave the future stuff alone.
Right now we're just gonna be playing the waiting game, and soon enough, in like a week or two, we're just gonna be flooded with so much stuff running we don't know what to do with it all. So right now we'll just take what we do have and be able to enjoy it.
Exactly.
Yet another Below trailer.
Maybe, I hope so. I was harassing Xbox about that in the stream. I was like, give me some goddamn Below information, and they're like, E3 is a week away. Wink. It's like,
Happy Games needs to like stop porting Super Time Force to every console and just work on Below.
Oh, I
That's
know,
it.
right?
Just focus. Get your shit together.
come on, that was announced 2 years ago. Jesus Christ, we haven't seen anything since.
It's nothing personal. Get your shit together.
Yeah, please.
For us.
So-
Do it for us.
Do it for the children, okay?
Xbox knows who we are, right? We're popular now. They've mentioned
They
it
like
once.
us.
We're basically a household name at this point.
I know.
So
Last year it was, who the fuck are you guys, during our stream. A couple of days ago, Xbox is throwing our name around like it's Monopoly money.
Like they freaking own us.
gang
Not
signs. Oh shit.
Not
well,
that
let's.
we would be opposed to it.
Not at all. Not at all. What do you guys want to talk about first? How about Rogue Legacy?
Sounds
you
good.
guys, you guys play that? That recently came to Xbox One, and that was awesome. I played
Finally.
I played a shitload on PC, like a crazy amount on PC, and I was still just as hyped to see it launch on Xbox One. Bought it day one.
That was one game that I was always really excited to play, but it always came out on PC and then PS4, so I never got a good chance to play it. I played over at one of my buddy's houses, but now it's finally out on Xbox One. Yeah, I've been playing that a whole bunch, finally sinking into it.
I know I've played it the least amount. I played it on PC when it came out, and then I didn't have a controller to work with it, so I had to play it with a keyboard and didn't get very far.
No.
And then it came out for PS4, and I think it was free that month during in PlayStation Plus, so I probably played it for maybe an hour. And now that it's on Xbox, I have it, so I know I'll put some time into it. Just haven't got around to it yet.
Yeah, I couldn't have imagined using a keyboard for that game. It would
My
just be
God,
awful.
and it was
No
awful.
way.
It was nightmare fuel. Not fun.
It's definitely designed for a controller.
Yeah,
It's so
very
fast-paced.
precise.
Like that's why I don't play any platformers with a keyboard. It's way too annoying to try to hit those keys fast enough.
You need that D-pad. Even the
Yeah.
joystick for me is not accurate enough anymore.
Exactly.
No, I can't do 2D platformers with an analog stick. I have to use the D-pad, and I guess it's lucky for us that the D-pad on the Xbox One controller is phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
So it should make Rogue Legacy a lot easier to swallow. I mean, it's already a brutal game, but it should make it a little easier.
Yeah. I usually just hold my controller like this. Got my little tiny grip on it, on that D-pad.
Miles in his little T-Rex hand, just like
Yes. Oh, but yeah, Rogue Legacy. If you haven't checked it out, it's a Rogue. Are they calling it a Rogue Light?
yes, it's a roguelite because you don't lose everything when you die. You can still technically spend your gold on items and permanent power-ups that last through each death. So it's not a pure roguelike.
Yeah, so that's cool. You have a castle, and basically the way the game works is you take the first heir to your family name, and you go into a dungeon, and you will die basically immediately. And
100
then
times.
3 children will spawn, and you can choose one of these 3 children to carry on your name and go into the castle. and the whole purpose of the game is to collect gold, use that to upgrade your like weapons and armor and stats, and then die over and over and over and over until finally one of your children goes through this castle and kills all 4 bosses, opens a gate, and defeats the final boss.
Yeah, I think I prefer, like, I like roguelikes in general, but I prefer the roguelite aspect because it makes each death sting a little less, because the game's completely procedurally generated. It's not like a hard game like Volgar was really difficult, but each level was always the same. So you could learn the patterns and the repetition and keep going, whereas in Rogue Legacy, every time you go into the castle, it's a complete, when you get the architect can make the rooms stay the same each time you go in.
Yeah, the architect. Yeah, he'll, if you have like a good build or you know where the boss room is, you can go to the architect and he'll give you the exact same castle you had the time before.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get blueprints and stuff for weapons and armor, and you can use your coins, and that way every time you go in with your next character, you're gradually more and more powerful, as opposed to always going in with nothing, like every time you die it's Spelunky or Crypt of the Necrodancer.
And once you die, it's so easy to start playing again because you don't get to spend your gold until you actually begin a new game and go into it and start again. So it's really hard to put it down once you really start playing.
Yeah, I really like the classes too.
Listing.
That's what I enjoy the most. It randomly generates the three classes you can choose from with your children. There's a lot. There's a ton. There's an assassin, shinobi. I forget the name.
Hokage.
The Hokage.
So you can't do any critical hits, but just has massive damage.
Miner, Spelunker. You can upgrade all of these classes, and they all have their own special perks and special moves.
Like mages.
The Barbarian uses like the Skyrim Fusro Da attack.
Oh yeah, but it's all backwards in the text, I think.
Yeah.
I think I saw that during the ID at Xbox stream. Yeah.
A nice touch that they had too that I didn't really get at first because, like I said, this was the first time I really got to try the game, was you'll find these paintings around the castle that have the original sprite from what it looked like on PC and then the new sprite from what it looks like when they got the money to actually upgrade the game. And sometimes those portraits will actually be bosses if you go and you actually run into them.
Yeah, that's always really cool to walk in a room, see like a big ugly portrait of like, have you found the one from their very first game, like, Don't Take a Shit?
That was the...
I may have.
The name of the game.
Yeah, one of their, I think it might have been the very first game they worked on was called like Don't Take a Shit, and it all looks like it was like made in Microsoft Paint, and it's just like the cover of that game.
Oh, jeez. No, probably not then.
And it's like, Celador Games, Don't Take a Shit, and then the year it came out. What the fuck?
I've heard of that game though. Yeah, I've heard of the game.
Oh, so that was really cool. I was laughing so hard. I had never heard of that game at all until I saw that, and then I looked it up after the fact.
Got me.
That's like the like that Xbox 360 indie game, Try Not to Fart.
Oh, the weird dating simulator.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Those games are the best.
The hell do you guys spend your money on?
I only own 3 games. Don't Take a Shit, Try Not to Fart, and Mount Your Friends. The only 3 games I own. So.
You don't really need anything else.
CP2KX.
Yeah.
Oh, that,
Can't forget about that.
Xbox Live indie game, Jim.
All right, so what's the next game up on the list? What else are we playing here?
What else came out recently? What are you guys playing?
I've been playing a shitload of Badland, really. That's the thing I've been playing the most. I think I've maybe put 3 hours into it, but it's
yeah, I was watching you play it yesterday, Miles. It looked really cool.
Yeah, I was really surprised. Like, I know Brad got his review code for it, and then like an hour later, I get a message from him, dude, you'd love this game.
Usually I get super hype over any games. Like, if they're super bizarre or different and, you know, they click with me in whatever way, I'm immediately like, dude, you need to try this game. It's awesome. And then he plays it, and he's like, it's all right.
Yeah, usually I take Brad's like indie suggestions with a grain of salt because he's led me down some paths.
Whatever. They Breathe was amazing.
It was fine.
Your
I didn't hate it, but
it wasn't all
you
I cracked it up to be.
overhyped the twist. I think you overhyped the ending.
I think that's what it was. It had to be that.
It was way too overhyped. I was just like, that's it. It's like a squid thing.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know what to expect from Badland either. I remember seeing the trailer for it, and then I saw that it was a port from the mobile version. it was on iPad and whatever else. But it's more than really just a mobile port, because in the mobile version, it was kind of like, I guess, Flappy Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you were locked into just tapping the screen.
That's it, basically.
So with this one, are you using the control stick to actually move it up and down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The whole game was pretty much redesigned because they added where you could completely control going left, right, up, down, kind of go faster and drop whatnot. And the bigger your character is, it's all physics-based. So if you're heavy, you barely go up or go down. When you're tiny, you're just all over the place.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like Flappy Bird. I hate comparison comparing it to that. It's very like Flappy Bird meets Limbo meets Portal.
But yeah, it's very accurate. It's very Flappy Bird-esque, but it's a little more involved than that because, yeah, you're not just tapping the screen.
There's more physics to it.
You got to move up and down, left to right. You got to collect these power-ups, use the number or size of your guys to get through certain spots or, like, lift certain levers that will, like, activate a switch. So some of the puzzles are really tricky. Like, you won't even notice what to do at first because the screen's constantly moving in one direction, so you don't have a lot of time to really think about what you're doing if you don't notice it right away.
Yeah.
So it kind of keeps you on your toes, which I really like.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, there's a lot of places where you'll just die a lot and just have no idea what you're supposed to do, and then something will just click, and usually it's by accident, and you'll figure out what to do. And there's certain parts where you have to split up your group of clones, where one goes on the top, one goes on the bottom, and if you have a bunch of clones, they all control the exact same. So if you've got 10 over here, 10 over here, 10 over here, and you hit up, they're all going to go up. They're all going to go down. So you kind of have to control all act with different things and collect power-ups to make you bigger or smaller in order to progress in the level. And I'd say like maybe the first 10 or 15 levels, it was kind of basic and kind of easy. But once you get to like the middle of the game, it just becomes so brutal and so amazing at the same time.
Yeah, it definitely picks up. Yeah, the first few stages are super simple. Like, you don't really have to do much of anything to just fly to the end. There's stages you beat in like 5 seconds, and you're like,
yeah,
what? Okay, that was it. But then later on, it just becomes pure chaos. Like when you're picking up those orbs that split off into like 10 clones of yourself, and you're getting multiple of those, and there's like 40 clones on the screen at the same time, and then you come to an area that's just like 8 buzzsaws, and like every single one of your clones, except for one, dies.
Barely makes it out alive. And you're doing it all in slow-mo. Just
God, the slow-mo part is so good. Watching all of your little minions just explode in slow motion.
Oh, man. Yeah, that game had me raging last night. The very last level, there's a specific part where you get the power-up where you roll like Sonic. So if you're on the ground, it'll make you roll forward, but if you hit the ceiling, it throws you backwards because of physics.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I died like 80 times trying to do it, and the first time I finally get it, and I die right before the checkpoint, I had to do it all over again. It took me like maybe another 30 shots to do it.
Yeah, I don't like the spinning one on the ceiling because there's some parts where
it's rewarding.
There's a path and you're going like forward, then you have to go backwards and you have to go forwards, but the screen is constantly moving. So if you don't do it fast enough, you'll just hit the end and die. So God, yeah, the timing's really, really precise for some of those puzzles.
Yeah. There's a lot of like the speedrun levels where as soon as you start, you just launch, and you kind of have to dodge everything as you're moving along, and there's no checkpoints. Like if you die, you start back at the beginning. There's like a whole multiplayer mode devoted to that, where it's up to 4 people doing that same level side by side, but it's not online.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
So that could be pretty chaotic, I think. Yeah, that would be very, very chaotic, I think. And if you can co-op the whole game or whatnot. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's really cool.
Menu.
I haven't messed around with the co-op mode at all.
Really one of my favorites.
Yeah, this is really good. I mean, judging from the art style, it looked like something I'd be into because it's got, like you said, that very Limbo kind of dark feel to it. The environments are super creepy. You see like the creepy rabbits and animals in the background.
Dudes on spikes just getting impaled over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So it looked like something I'd be really into, but I don't know.
I'll definitely have to try that one out. It looked really good.
Yeah, it's on sale right now, I think, for $9.59. I think you get 20% off if you buy it during the week it launches. So it's at a good price point, and there's 100 levels in co-op, so it's a pretty lengthy game.
That's really cool. Yeah, Yeah, I've mostly just been playing Rogue Legacy lately. Not to jump
Yeah.
back to the last game.
It's
But I did
So
it's
much
start
good
playing
stuff.
the free game that's available on Xbox Live Gold this month, the Massive Chalice, and it's okay.
It's not
yeah.
for everybody. It's not for everybody.
I hear
Yeah,
it's. I keep
Nothing
hearing
really is though.
comparisons to Final Fantasy Tactics, which has me excited about it. But then when I
No,
watch people play it, it
it's more
looks
like
a lot
XCOM.
slower.
well, it moves quicker than Tactics does in the
Yeah,
sense that you can move much further across the map, but there's a fog of war that goes on, so you can't see out very far, and you get into this mode of it. It feels more like Fire Emblem, is what I would compare it more closely to.
Okay.
Uh, there's permanent death for all of your characters, and you can move or attack. As you go through, there's lots of enemies that you have to fight, and usually somebody's going to die in pretty much every match unless you're really good. But it's hard to determine what you need to bring with you because you also need to spend all of these hero characters for managing the cities. Essentially, the game is you are an omnipotent being that is bound to this massive chalice, and you need to protect your kingdom from this evil impending invasion that's coming in. So you need to spend your time building up fortresses, or gathering heroes to help fight off the impending doom. It's really weird though because the very first thing you do in the game is you build a castle and you take two of your heroes and you choose them to get married, and then you start popping out babies. And this is how you make soldiers: is you have to you have to create families and kingdoms within these different areas, but it's not very in depth, and it's kind of just in a light feel. The combat's very fun because yes, there's not a lot of skills. It's mostly just attacking. Most characters just have one special move they can use,
yeah. Like an
and
attack or a
there's
knockback, or you can throw Molotovs or something.
yeah. As you're going through, you'll kind of get some random story events where your characters will want to interact with you and ask you questions about their personal lives. I even had one that was kind of weird last night where one of the kingdoms, the family was literally like, yeah, we want to get a divorce. And I was like, oh, okay. What do I do in this situation? And it had you choose what you want to do. And so I picked one of my options, and I actually gave another character a buff because they helped like negotiate through it. So then they became like blank, 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 silver tongue, and got boosted their stats. So it tries to be a good role-playing esque game, but there isn't an overarching story. When you very first start at the game, you're kind of starting like a game of Risk, and it's like, choose the name of your game. How long would you like it to be? What's your difficulty? So there's definitely a beginning and an end, and it's not going to be this 40-hour adventure.
Yeah, I think the average beat time was about 20 hours long, but it definitely
Yeah.
felt like two games in one. The combat, it doesn't really feel like a grid-based tactical RPG like Disgaea or Final Fantasy Tactics or Fire Emblem, where you have a grid and that's all you can move. This one's
No,
more
it's
like
it's much
XCOM.
looser.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
XCOM, where you kind of just pick an area you
Yeah.
want them to go to within their boundaries, and they move to it however they get there. And depending on how far you move, you get a certain amount of action points that you can spend on skills. But
Exactly.
I thought the combat was pretty okay. It was a very watered down version of XCOM, but it's
Yes.
the other part of the game where you actually have to build the world. The world just always seems so dead because you only get to view it through a map. Like you hold the right trigger to move through the years to build your castles and whatever, and then every couple of years the cadence come and they attack you, and then you fight them in this fog of war map, and then you go back. And then if you overtake a territory, you can either build a keep, which lets you put a husband and a wife and have children from more characters, or you can put it's like a mage tower or a scholarly tower or something, where you can put people in that have high intuition and they can research new armor, new weapons, new items, things like that. I thought it was interesting, but when you're
It would
not
have been better
in
if there was
combat,
actually
it is
more of
so
a town
boring.
feel. Yeah. Yeah, if the cities had more of a town feel instead of like what you said, on the map it's just here's the keep. It's one square. But if you could actually go into the town and kind of manage it a little bit more and it felt a little bit more alive,
Yeah,
that would have played better in their favor.
I think so too. It really just feels like a dead world. And the thing with RPGs for me is I like getting attached to characters and stories. and that since you're basically playing cattle farmer for all these people, the characters only exist to make more characters, and that's it.
Yeah.
Put a few people together, they make new characters. They generally will die before you get attached to them.
Two more people to
Yeah.
fucking get more kids.
Yeah, it's just very. It wasn't for me. I probably played maybe an hour and a half and then uninstalled it.
I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna finish a campaign. I want to see what it'll have to offer at the end, but I don't know if I'll go through a second one.
We'll have to see. Hopefully you enjoy it, though. I hear it's got a decent score. It's just it didn't grab me, and I really thought outside of combat, I thought the world management was
Bringing
really
that up,
boring.
the music was very nice. It's got good themes to it.
The dialogue was pretty hilarious. The banter between the male and the female that are in the main town that are basically act as voices in your head.
Oh yeah, Double Fine always has great dialogue and banter between its characters. It's very just natural conversation.
Yeah, it's very hilarious. But hopefully you like it by the time it's done.
We'll find out. I'll let you
Still
guys know.
need to try it. I have it installed. I've gone that far, but that's about it. I haven't booted it up yet.
I'm one step ahead of you. I haven't uninstalled.
I haven't uninstalled it yet.
Yeah, we're the 3 steps of this process right now.
Yeah. So, what else have we been playing? I know Ryan just finished Toro. Which great, which looks so good.
No, Ryan gave that maybe our best review.
I mean, finished is a strong word. I mean, I finished with it, but to finish that game, like I don't know if you guys saw, but there's like 20 or 30 venues in that game, and it starts to get really difficult. I probably beat like maybe 5 or 6 events, and up to that point, I actually kind of got stuck because I couldn't really progress any further.
You were a shitty bullfighter.
Dude, I mean, if you want to pick it up and try, you're more than welcome. But the timing on it, so it's, here's the bowl, and the whole time you have Assassin's Creed finger, as I like to call it. You always have to hold left trigger the whole time you play the game, because that will make you face the bowl. And then you hit the trigger or hit the bumper to call him over, and he'll run over, and then you have to go XX or XA or XB. Just 2 buttons. It's always just 2 buttons. And then you go, wah, and you spin, and if you did it on the right time, if you were sitting in my room the whole time when I was playing the game, if I was doing it right, I was just going, wah, wah,
wah, fuzzy darts.
Fuzzy darts.
Yeah. It looked awful. Like I said before, it just pretty much looks like a Wii game or a PS2 game that was ported to Wii. And I mean, what is it, $20?
It's $20.
What?
It's $20.
It's $19.99.
$19.99.
Oh my god, dude! No way!
I could not believe the graphics on it. When I saw that, I was laughing out loud. That is not even PS2 worthy.
If you guys haven't seen it, the clip
just saw
of just practice mode, just the bowl, just walking around in the circle. That was probably the best time I had in that game.
Walking around in a circle, getting stuck on terrain.
Well, he would keep just walking, and then he would stop. And then if I clicked the left trigger to look at him, then he would start walking again. And he would just go, and like literally, he would just keep going.
Yeah, it does not look good.
No, that was an unfortunate indie release on the Xbox One.
I am generally up to play anything, and you gave it a lower score than. Well, no, you tied my my Manhunter review. Is it Manhunter or Chernobyl Commando? But we're tied for the lowest
I feel
score.
bad because they have a new MOBA game coming out, and I'm just like, really,
yeah, buddy.
All right.
Well, I mean, I guess the question that I have to ask is, why didn't you give it a 1? What prevented you from giving it a 1? What was the little nugget of awesomeness that boosted it up?
1, because it honestly was just so damn funny. I can't say that I wasn't not having a good time, but it was like, isn't that sense of just sitting there being like, oh my god, is this really happening? Is
I mean, is it something like you can have friends over and you guys can just get trashed and play it and have a good laugh?
Definitely.
So there's some
a lot of the
to it.
elements actually making it a game, it's unpolished. The sound, in the video, the volume's going all up and down. Some of the menu music is blaringly loud, and then others there's no music at all. And there was one point I was trying to find the clip, but I couldn't actually get it, and it got lost in the Xbox file, so I was pissed.
Oh,
But if you can fill up this blue meter all the way, if you can do good enough, you'll start to get like music playing while you're fighting the bull. But it's only there as long as you can keep the meter up. Other than that, the whole fight is silent except for just some. So I was just like doing it, all of a sudden it was like I was like, oh yes, I'm finally doing good, and then the bull just fucking smacked me, and then silence.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, I'm done with this.
That ragdoll though, is that why you gave it a 2? Because it had solid ragdoll.
That Two Worlds 2.
And just for the joke of I gave it the same score for how many syllables it has in its name.
That's the only reason you gave it a 2.
Yeah.
So you could set up the line at the end.
So I can set up that lengthy joke.
So far, you've nailed the rating for both of your reviews. Infinity Runner, you gave a Saberwolf out of 10, so that numerical value is still up in the air. That could be the lowest score we've
I
given.
like Saber.
I want to start doing
like
it. A lot of the stuff that I watch, they're like, nobody likes points. Nobody likes a score.
No,
they're
I
like, oh,
like
okay.
scores.
Because it's better to actually know what the game is about or what it's in there. So like it'd be really, it's a lot funnier to just take a completely irrelevant thing and just kind of throw it in there like that. So
Flexing ogre twins from Ghosting
because
Goblins.
I mean, you can infer what I meant from that if you want.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, watching the review rather, I mean, it seemed like you kind of enjoyed the game to the point where you played it and you didn't really have a lot of negative to say about it.
Yeah, Infinity
So
Runner was
regardless
pretty
of
good.
what score you give it at the end, I know you enjoyed it. I don't need to see an arbitrary number to see where it stands on your personal 1 to 10 scale.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that game was pretty fun. That's when you could definitely just kind of sit down and run with it for a little while.
Oh Jesus!
As I put my big eye to the camera and then I wink with the small one like an idiot. Oops.
Yeah, I don't know. I could do it. Yeah, sigh. Well, what you like? Which one do you want?
So what else came out recently? ID at Xbox. We got the Swapper. We got SteamWorld Dig in the span of like 24 hours out of nowhere, which is awesome.
Yeah, that was a surprise announcement. But it's coming out today, by the way. Here you go.
Yeah, and the Swapper looks incredible. I remember when it came out for PC, and it was at the top of my list. I ended up picking it up during last year's summer sale, maybe like $1, and I liked what I played. Didn't play much of it, and then it came to PS4, and I got it for free, and then never played it.
That one looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks rad. I watched somebody stream it. It looks good.
Yeah, when we were watching the ID at Xbox stream, it looked really cool. The environments are super dark, super creepy. It's all kind of like you only see what flashlights and little lanterns are showing you. So it's really dark. It's got like a really kind of like almost a hyper realistic feel to it, which makes it really creepy.
About it, is it kind of like what's the game I'm thinking of? Is it like a Shadow Complex kind of?
It's not actiony at all. It's mainly just puzzle based. You have a gun that basically can clone you, and then you can use that to solve puzzles basically. What's that?
Like an Abe World's Odyssey kind of thing.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Where it's basically just like a slew of puzzles and how to get from point A to point B, from what I've gathered. But it's all based around using the gun to swap yourself with this other version of you to solve puzzles. But it's super dark, and it supposedly has a pretty creepy story. And SteamWorld Dig is more like a Metroidvania, kind of like a 2D Spelunky Minecraft kind of thing.
Yeah, which I didn't expect the Metroidvania elements of it, because I remember when it released on 3DS and there was a ton of hype around it. Everybody was loving it, but I never really checked it out on 3DS because I don't really play my 3DS much to begin with. It's usually going to be Pokemon, and that's about it. Pokemon and Monster Hunter. So,
Monster Hunter Cross that we'll get in 2 years.
But then, I was watching that ID Xbox stream, and they were showing off like power-ups. You just find little power-up stations as you're digging. They give you like a super dash ability, and that made me really excited to try it.
Yeah.
Is that SteamWorld Digger?
Yeah, SteamWorld Dig.
SteamWorld Dig. So
you get resources and bring it back, and you can upgrade your pickaxe, and then that way you can mine harder minerals and get upgrades and whatnot. It seems really cool.
I remember seeing that. That was on 3DS, but I never wanted to actually pick it up on 3DS because who buys arcade games on 3DS other than Shovel Knight? That was the only game I ever bought on there.
Yeah, I don't really do handheld stuff, so I have a 3DS, but I don't really play it.
Yeah. So that was really cool to see.
Yes, now that that's on Xbox, I'll be really happy to see that. I'll go jump in, start digging around with that one.
Digging around, huh?
Yeah, and then those guys from Vector Unit need to add in online for beach buggy racing because it would be amazing to play with other people. Like Knight and I played split screen, and you can't race against the AI, so that's kind of lame. You know, it was kind of fun. But, yeah, it would be an awesome kart racer. I mean, there's so many fun power-ups in that game, so many fun power-ups. And where most kart racers just kind of take what Mario Kart has and then make it their own, you know, this doesn't really do that. It has the similar stuff, but there's a lot of power-ups that are in the game that you just do not see in Mario Kart. Like you can slap a big ball and chain to someone's bumper and it slows them down, but it also swings around and knocks anyone around nearby. And each of the racers have their own specific power-up. Like the pirate can turn invisible to go through other cars if they're all bunched up, or the alien can summon a UFO and it'll swap places, which is the ultimate dick move.
Do the racers also have stats, kind of like in Mario, where Mario's going to be pretty medium, but Bowser's really heavy? Oh.
The racers don't, but the cars do. There's a lot of different cars, and each one has its own speed and durability and handling and acceleration and whatnot. And then you can upgrade each car individually. Like there's like a death kind of hearse for the skeleton pirate, where it looks like kind of like a hearse or whatnot. I don't know how to describe it, but it's very drifty. You know, like it slides all over the place. But if you pick the monster truck, it's a lot heavier, a lot more bouncier, but more durable. And you can keep upgrading them and upgrading them and upgrading them. But it was a really fun game, honestly. I had a lot of fun playing it. The whole time I'm playing it, I really just wished I could play it online with people. Instead of just playing against the AI.
The AI who are cheating little bitches.
Oh my god, they don't even cheat, they're just good. Like, they are really good. It's like playing people in Mario Kart that have played Mario Kart for years. They're jerks. They will save their power-ups, and as soon as you get ready to cross that finish line, you get jacked. Immediately. Just get jacked. So many times I've gone from
finish line.
Yeah, just like in the video review. Just like in the video review, I'll be in first place, get right to the finish line, and get zapped, and then finish in fifth.
Yeah, dude, I saw that.
Damn it. And, yeah, I have this thing called the Death Bat, which is kind of like the blue shell, but it's a bit dickier, where instead of the blue shell just launches and then it hits the person in first, the Death Bat will fly along the track and hit everyone along the way. So, I mean, it's like a track clear if you use it correctly. So, and there's no way to tell if you're being attacked.
Somebody, or does it just shoot straight ahead?
It immediately goes to the first person, whoever's in first place. The Death Bat is basically the blue shell. But instead of just going up, yeah, it hits everybody. Just straight. Like, if you're in last, you're going to hit 5 other people. Guaranteed. You're going to troll 5 people. And it makes this screech where it's just like... And it's just like, every time you get into first, you hear that immediately, and just like, son of a bitch.
Oh, if I live. Oh man,
it would be a really fun game if they put online on there. It would be a really, really awesome kart racer. It's a shame that it doesn't.
And it doesn't sound like it's something they're going to add.
I mean, it's really expensive and hard for a lot of the indie companies to implement that netcode. So
it is, but I mean, if you think about it, there's no other kart racer on Xbox, and then the Xbox is primarily an online multiplayer platform. So if they add that on there, I would be happy to pay more than the $10 asking price if I could play online. That's a huge selling point, and it's something that's going to make the game stick around for a long time. If Gears of War 2 only had a campaign, no one would be playing it right now. But there's tons of people that are still playing multiplayer.
That's true.
I mean, it's an important part, you know. And I understand that indie developers, they don't have the funds or the backing, and you know, it can be a very expensive thing, like you said, to add in there. But it's something that would make it a huge selling point. Right now, it's just something I would play on the weekend if people were over.
It's sort of like an investment, really. I mean, you definitely. There's not a chance that if you have an online kart racer and you add multiplayer, you're not going to get more sales. It's like it's something that's pretty much guaranteed. I can understand initially if you're releasing a game and you're not sure how it's going to do, but if you're taking the time to port something from like Android, like these guys did, onto Xbox One, something like online multiplayer would have been really huge for it.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people are reporting or doing the thing where they're mainly a mobile developer and they're starting to merge into the console world. They did that with Beach Buggy Racing and Riptide GP2, and then Frogmine just did it with Badland. And Badland was completely reworked to work on Xbox, and it's amazing because a lot of work went into it. So
Yeah.
I mean, if they'd add online, if I looked in the store and saw a game called Beach Buggy Racing as a 33-year-old, there's a good chance that I'm not even gonna look at it. But if someone tells me it's an online kart racer that's like Mario Kart and it's on Xbox, it's a day one purchase, definitely.
Dude, yeah, I mean, there is no other kart racing.
No.
The fact that no online multiplayer is the reason I wouldn't buy it. If it had online multiplayer, I would buy it in a heartbeat. But
absolutely, I'm sure a lot more people would too.
To play locally against just the AI, I don't know. No, and then co-op, there's no AI option, so it's you and like one other person or two other people racing.
Yeah.
It's up to 6-player split screen, yeah. So I mean, the more people you have playing, I mean, obviously, the more fun it's going to be. But
no.
Just hope you have a 90-inch television, or you're going to have a terrible time.
Yeah, I mean, with the split screen with just the two of us, it didn't drop it. It's still a flawless 6 frames per second. There is not a single dip in frame rate, and a lot of those levels have a lot of stuff going on. Lots of explosions and chaos, and the power-ups are massive and exploding. So I mean, it's a cool thing, but I would much rather prefer an online multiplayer. It would be a lot of fun. It's a missed opportunity, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
The only other thing I can think of that came out recently was Sparkle Unleashed.
I think you've played that.
Yeah, they hooked us up with that. It's actually fun. It's actually fun.
It doesn't look bad. It looks like a just kind of cool little casual game to throw on for a few minutes at a time when you're bored. And
one of those casual games that just become punishing.
So is it like Bubble Bobble or is it like Zuma?
I don't know how to explain it, basically. It's kind of like Bust Move where you have to match 3 colors, but basically there's a maze on the screen. It's all wavy. And then a row of marbles that are different colors start over here, and then they'll work their way around. And then at the bottom, over here, you can move it left and right, and then shoot the marble up to try to match 3 and explode them. And then I guess in like a Candy Crush way where there's ones that have chains on them. So if you match them, the chains explode, and then you have to match them again to get rid of them. Or there's Molten Rocks where you have to match 3 next to those to explode them. So, but there's a lot of power-ups. It's there's an upgrade system too, where you can unlock different things that'll freeze the track and slow them down, or you can shoot something that's kind of like a shotgun, where if you have a cluster of single colors and nothing to match them with, you can shoot them and explode them. So it's a lot more in depth, and it gets really, really hectic. But for such an affordable game and just being like a basic puzzle game, it's a game that I would definitely see myself just picking up if I have a few minutes here and there, like I used to do with Peggle. And now that I'm sick of Peggle, it'll scratch that itch.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I played Peggle too, probably way more than I should have, honestly, when that first came out. So I'm into those. As much as I don't usually buy them, when I do play them, I always get really into them.
Yeah, I really do like Peggle. And it started with World of Warcraft, where they added a mod that you could play Peggle while you were waiting for raids to populate. So everyone would just be playing Peggle in World of Warcraft. And then once I got my Xbox, I had money and there wasn't a lot out. So I was like, I'll pick up Peggle too. And I probably played 40 hours of that damn game.
Yeah,
so much fun.
Seriously. You would just like start a game, play like a few games, then you would just keep telling yourself, all right, I'll just do one more. I'll just do one more. And then
I'll just do one more.
Yeah.
2 hours go by and you're like, God, my day's gone.
Yeah. And honestly, I like I said, I think Sparkle Unleashed, I mean, it kind of came out of left field, and it's not a game that I would draw my attention to if I just saw it on the store. But after actually playing it and then seeing it streamed, and it's definitely something that I would see myself being in, that I could invest time into if I needed something to play between other games.
Nice.
It's cool, yeah. There's not a lot of casual games like that on Xbox right now, so it feels it's niche.
Yeah, it's definitely not like anything else on there. Peggle is the closest comparison, but Peggle is purely luck-based for the most part, where this is completely skill-based, and it gets really hard really quick. Giggity.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Heyo!
Heyo! Dropping those sex bombs.
But no, I mean, that pretty much covers what all we've been into lately, I think.
So
it's a wide range of the idea that Xbox things, and we always look forward to new indies hitting the Xbox.
It's always exciting to go in the store and just randomly see a new game. Like, oh shit, I've never even heard of this.
Especially with a lot of the
Just
big
pops up
AAA
like,
releases only coming out like one every few months now.
yeah, yeah, and they're not always good, and they're $60.
They're expansive and
They're generally broken at launch.
Broken. It's a huge investment of time, typically.
Yeah.
Every game in the world now is trying to be 100 hours plus, and you're just ain't nobody got time for that.
Anybody got time for that?
Yeah, lots of big games have come out this year, and like right now I'm just sitting on Badland. Like I want to play Badland right now. I've been feeding for it all day.
Yeah,
it is so damn good.
It's really good. I'm definitely gonna finish that. I'm excited to check out SteamWorld Dig too, because that looks like something I'll be super into.
Yeah, I feel like a Shredmania, you'll be all over it. I think you'll really like it.
Yeah, that's just like in what, 2 weeks? All that dropped.
Yeah, yeah. Within 2 weeks, we got slammed. And there are games we didn't even get codes for. Like we didn't get codes for Spy Chameleon. I just got one from Xbox yesterday for Nero to check out and review.
And we got Mega Coin Squad as well.
Yeah, Mega Coin Squad, which looked awesome. Just watching you play it, looked kind of boring at first, but the harder the levels got, like the more into it I was watching you play. I was like,
oh yeah, definitely. You play like the first 10
you only need
stages
600
and
coins,
you're
you've
just
got
like,
700. What are you doing?
What? Yeah, you're just like, this is kind of boring. This is really repetitive. But as you progress through the game, the better you do and the faster you beat the stages, you get power-ups that make you better and faster. So it kind of like unlocks this speed runner in you, and you want to do everything as fast as you possibly can. So yeah, later on when you get to the stage where it's like, get 999 coins, and then you're obsessed with collecting these gems at the end where it's like, do it in one bank. So normally you can go through the stage, collect coins, drop it off at the piggy bank, but there's a bonus if you can get all the coins and drop them off at the piggy bank. But if you get hit, you lose all your coins. Mm-hmm. Every coin drops.
Very roguelike. Yes. Very dastardly.
Yeah, I picked that game up too as well. It's really fun. I haven't gotten that far into it, so I'm excited to see it actually start to ramp up in difficulty. Yeah, because I'm only in like World 2 and then jumped on to the next one.
Yeah, it gets way harder. Once you hit like World 3, there's only 4 worlds, so it's pretty short. I've beat the game 3 times. My fastest.
Soundtrack, though.
Oh, dude, such a good soundtrack.
So good.
So good.
Soundtrack is so good.
So
but you got all the
1001 spikes
you can run through with. So once you play with each of the characters, it's not necessarily that different, but they have different stats.
They have different stats. Unfortunately, my main complaint is that they don't have different abilities. They all have an uppercut, they all have a forward dash, and they all have a fireball. And it doesn't even look different. Like, the unicorn shoots a fireball, and the robot shoots a fireball. The lumberjack shoots a fireball, and they all look the same. So, I mean, it would have been cool if, like, the lumberjack, like, threw a log, or the robot shot a laser.
I figured they would have different stats or something, like the lumberjack would be more durable or something, or jump slower, or I don't know. But if they all play exactly the same?
Yeah, there's stats. So what they're characters that are faster and do more damage to enemies.
But their animations are all the same.
Yeah, their animations are all identical.
And there's no online multiplayer for that either, right? It's all local.
Yeah.
No online multiplayer, and the local multiplayer is kind of meh. It's all like arena based, where it's like, all right, team deathmatch, and everybody just kills each other, jumps to the next game. All right, one person has the little rainbow coin spitter, and you have to hold that as long as you can.
It would be fun if you had all 4 bros there, and you wanted to like play a game that was really competitive, and you were tired of Smash Brothers for some reason. But
yeah, because I know I reviewed UCB Studios' Toto Temple Deluxe on Ouya, and that's coming to Xbox, and it was a lot of fun. But it's purely arena, just 4 different colored tiki-looking guys, and you battle over a goat, and whoever has the goat gains points. So it's super competitive, and the levels constantly change as you're trying to avoid each other. I think that'll be really cool when it comes to Xbox, but I really hope they add in online multiplayer.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of couch co-op. I'm not.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen a game called Nidhogg?
Nidhogg, yeah.
The fencing game, yeah.
I bought that day one on PC.
And do you know if that's ever coming to Xbox?
It came to PS4, I want to say, or it is coming to PS4.
It's on PS3 already, and I think it's on PS4. I'm not sure. But I would love to see that on Xbox.
I would love to see that. Because they patched in online support for the PC version. That finally got added, so you can do online multiplayer.
Yeah.
So if that came to Xbox One with online multiplayer, that'd be so good because that game is so fun and so
Yeah.
addicting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And same with Reagan Gorbachev. It's like Hotline Miami, but it's co-op, where one person controls Ronald Reagan, one person controls Mikhail Gorbachev, and one of them's a hacker, and one of them is, can break down and open doors or use computers or something. I don't know, but it was a lot of fun, and that's coming to Xbox. So all these older Uni games are coming over. These little delicious gems that I'm one of 30 people that have played, and now finally more people get to enjoy them. But I hope they add online for Reagan Gorbachev and Toto Temple, and Adult Swim Games is the one that put over. They published Mega Coin Squad, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they just published Duck Game on PC, so I really, really fucking hope that they bring Duck Game over to Xbox One, because it has online multiplayer now, and I don't think I would ever play another game.
Yeah,
ever.
Duck Game on Xbox One would be so damn good.
It would
so
be
much
so
beautiful
delicious.
co-op. Or
I
not
know.
co-op, but
My God.
That game was pretty sick.
Like Towerfall on bath salts. It's the best way to explain it.
And
Smash Brothers
you just
on
press
bath
P to quack.
salts. Yep. There's a dedicated quack button. So good. But yeah, there's a lot coming out down the pipeline. Plus E3 is coming out, so I'm sure we'll get a lot more info on some tasty new ID to Xbox games coming out.
Oh, yeah.
We got a lot of good multiplayer games coming out in the next few months too. I know the main game
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to is just a re-release, but I'm excited to be able to play Payday 2.
Yeah,
That would actually work.
I would love to play Payday 2 on an Xbox.
Have
And it's only going to be $30, I
constant
think.
updates. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cheap, $29.99, I believe.
I know it's drastically cheaper on PC, but I think it's the same price if you buy it on PC with the DLC add-ons.
Yeah. And then you got Elder Scrolls Online coming out same time as well.
3 days. My God.
That's right.
So,
that comes out Tuesday,
so long social life.
which is today, actually, for people watching.
Yeah, I know. It's magically Tuesday.
Oh, wait,
3
yeah.
days.
Oh, I mean, it comes out today. What are we talking about?
It's not Saturday.
Don't ruin the magic.
Ruin the mystery.
Oh, God. God, I can't wait for that game to come out. It has nothing to do with indie games, but I'm so excited. So excited.
Exactly.
When they first announced the Xbox One, my girlfriend and I were like, we should just buy 2 Xbox Ones to play Elder Scrolls together. And then we kind of laughed it off. And here we are, like 2 years later, with 2 Xbox Ones and 2 copies of Elder Scrolls.
Just ready to just grind.
Yep.
Oh, night
The
long.
grind is going to be so real. Oh, I cannot wait to play it.
I need to pick it up. I'm probably gonna pick it up. I haven't pre-ordered or anything because I've been slacking, but
Commit.
I know it's so hard. It's so hard to commit.
Commit.
It's so much game for me right now.
It is a whole lot of game, and we already have a lot on our plate as it is. So I mean, any free time I have generally goes to playing one of the numerous games we have lying around to review.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And then I've been just balls deep in Smite, just playing that way too much. So it's rough. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to squeeze in Elder Scrolls time.
Hard Knocks Life.
We'll find the time.
We'll find the
You know,
time.
at least we can culminate this menage a trois of brodom with a delicious feast.
Infinitely delicious feast.
Yeah.
We all have something special. Some little concoctions we're gonna make for you, lovely people, and eat for your viewing pleasure.
It's like the Last Supper.
I don't really want to spoil it. It's gonna be hard to follow, but I think Ryan wanted to go first with his.
Yeah, I think he's the one that drew the shortest straw. Has been pulled for you.
I have, because mine is going to be the least enticing. So,
the
as
most
you know,
vomit-inducing.
yeah, I'll probably be the one that will actually puke too. So you guys got to watch that. So, as you know, these two always eat gross shit. I don't have anything gross in my house.
God. As we inch
So-
closer, I already feel my stomach churning as to what I chose.
Get on our level, bro. Get on our gross level.
I will. Next week I'll have something. I'll have something delicious for you.
The gross shit that we eat, though, I think would be really good on Chopped.
On Chopped?
Yeah, the cooking show where it just gives you a basket full of random ingredients and you have to put them all together to make something. And then they eliminate one person each round. I think we'd be
Oh,
really good.
yeah.
I think we'd be professionals. We'd take it to the top and beyond.
Yeah. It's a gummy bear souffle. Delicious.
Yes.
Anyway,
So
what have you got for us?
Ryan?
What have you
So
got?
I've got a a warm cheese stick that has been sitting here for this whole podcast.
Looks like your
How did
dick.
you warm it? How did you warm it up?
It got warmed by sitting in the sun.
Like put it in your back pocket.
I got a big thing of butter.
Is that real butter, or is that I can't believe it's not butter?
I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh, Jesus.
So you have
so-
margarine.
So I have
basically.
margarine. Sorry, margarine.
Are you gonna eat the whole tub?
No. I got some Frank's Red Hot sauce, not sponsored, and I got some garlic salt. So I'm gonna smother as much of this on this as I possibly can.
I know that garlic salt is nasty.
Oh yeah.
What I would do is I would, coat the stick with the red hot first, and then use
Dip it
that
in
to
the
kind of
garlic
like
salt.
pick up the garlic salt. Yeah, there we go.
You melt the butter first, I guess. That would have been
It's
ideal.
like a nice au jus kind of sauce.
Yeah, a nice lobster dip.
Yeah. Shake that up a little bit.
Not a bad idea.
Separation can occur.
I would have
It's
done
natural.
the same thing.
Sangrita Blast, brought to you in part by Taco Tuesday.
Looking for a sponsor. Now that looks delicious. It's
You
all
gotta-
in the plating, really.
Oh yeah.
You've got to talk while you're doing it so people can
So I got
see.
some dripping some of that hot sauce on there. I'm just gonna dip my fingers in the butter and just kind of slap that on there with it. Yeah.
That looks good.
Yeah, and just kind of get that up on there with it. And then so we got this here.
Sticky.
Ryan's gonna be so pumped to hunt alligators after this.
Oh yeah. And then we'll get a little bit of this here, salt. Just kind of sprinkle that on there. And
Oh my, that looks good. Is it all salty and delicious? Is it what you thought it would be?
mm.
Are you gonna puke?
Oh yeah.
You're getting so fucking pale already. I'm so excited.
That puke
Swallow
hype is
it.
real.
Swallow it.
Rub your throat.
Yep, the hot sauce was definitely a good move. That kind of kills the taste of anything.
It does. The hot sauce is very important.
Yeah, if that wasn't salty enough, the garlic salt
Oh, the garlic salt's the worst part of it.
soaking up every ounce of water in your mouth right now.
Just dry cheese slowly trying to make its way down your throat.
Oh.
Did you bring a chaser?
Oh, I'm putting more hot sauce. Oh.
So we had you had a cheese stick that was covered in hot sauce, garlic salt, and then butter.
Margarine. Yeah.
Margarine. My bad. Sorry. I
Margarine.
couldn't believe it was not.
He's
butter.
watching his girlish figure, all right?
Way to go, trooper. God, you're so pale. He's gone down 2 shades of white.
I didn't think it was possible, but it has.
Ugh.
It has happened.
He looks sick and homeless right now.
That was breakfast, guys.
Start your day right with a buttered cheese stick.
Oh God.
Oh my God. It's okay.
Spicy butter
So-
cheese stick.
I know Miles wanted to go second. I think you drew
You want,
second.
me, you want me to go second? All right.
Yeah, I'm still like trying to hype myself up.
Okay, mine might make me vomit. I'm not looking forward to it. Okay, so I have pickle juice. There's one pickle left, but mostly it's pickle juice. I have some sriracha. I'm going to finish the rest of this bottle off here.
You do love hot stuff.
And then, I just got done working out, so I'm going to get my my protein on. Get my
Protein.
after pump protein. So I'm going to make a pickle juice protein shake.
The Swole Patrol shake.
Swole Patrol. This is, pro tips. If you're looking for maximum gains, pickle juice is guaranteed to get the job done. So I'm going to try to make it so you can see this. I don't... Okay, so let's go.
Little squirties.
I got to shake this. Hold on.
Just
Shake
pour the
it.
pickle juice. If you're gonna finish it, just pour the pickle juice in the sriracha,
Oh, God.
and then shake it around. Like
It's
you
too
do.
hard to get the
with Super
protein
Sun.
in there, though.
Oh yeah, that's true. Just do lines of protein.
God, get down there. Get in there. Yeah. Give me something. Don't make me work so hard for it. Don't make me work so hard for it.
Did you unscrew the top?
I did. It is.
Are you sure?
I did. There's air coming out.
We've got to play food tech support.
Did you
Miles
like
is
I
this
shake it
whole
up a
eating
little
thing.
I'm tech support.
Did you bring anything to drink, Ryan, or are you just like taking it raw?
Oh yeah, I got my Mountain Dew.
Okay,
I got my dew.
that's good then.
I don't have
I
a
don't feel
chaser
so
at
bad.
this point. I drank all my water, so.
No, no.
Oh God. Yeah,
No,
I tried to
my
save
main
half
thing is
my-
I really want to fucking wash my hands.
Yeah, your fingers look disgusting.
Yeah.
All
You're
right,
getting
so
some color back though.
can you guys
Yeah.
see that? Can you guys see the?
It looks like
Oh,
a bunch
yeah.
of caviar and pimentos.
And then I'm gonna take probably. I probably shouldn't do a full serving because there's not enough liquid, but.
You should do a full serving, I think.
Yeah, this is a full serving of vanilla
It's
whey
a full
protein
serving.
by EAS Advantage.
You don't want to let that get in the way of your gains.
You gotta get them gains. And if there's one thing I know, it's gains.
All about damn gains.
Okay, so let's mix this up here. Let's mix this up.
Ooh,
There's one full pickle in here.
that looks so fucking disgusting. My God. Are you gonna drink the whole thing?
No, there's no fucking way I'm gonna drink this
Well, what
whole
about the
thing.
protein though? You need all of that protein.
I'll drink it behind the scenes.
You know you won't.
You can take my word for it that it will be gone by the. Oh dear God, dude, this looks
That's
fucking.
gonna be conscious.
Oh man.
Bottoms up.
Bottoms up. Let me get a big old gulp of. I'm gonna puke.
Don't smell it. Get your lips up in there good.
Mm.
Oh yes.
Mm. God, why it's so sweet? Why is it so sweet?
Ooh.
Oh, the vanilla, and the vinegar, probably.
Let's get
That's a good-
another.
That's a good flavor combo. It's just two great tastes that taste great together.
Oh, can you see it like
Oh
kind of
yeah.
like the protein settling on the top? You probably can't see it at
You
this
should
angle.
scoop that out and eat it.
Yeah. No, I can see it. It's all chunky.
Okay, let me get probably just another big gulp here.
At least get the protein from the top. You don't want to waste it.
Don't let it go.
Shit's expensive.
Don't let Anthony down.
Mm.
Don't be wasting that protein.
Tomorrow's leg day.
The gains. I'll eat the
Do it for
pickle.
the games.
I'll eat the pickle.
Yeah. Take a bite of the pickle.
It's been soaking.
I'm missing a key ingredient. No. I tried to roll off.
It's not so bad, I guess.
The pickle's like that cherry that's in a moonshine. It just soaks it all up.
Mm.
All protein is in that pickle right now.
All right, guys, this is the Miles Gain special.
Soul Patrol.
Thanks, Clausen Pickles, for your.
You just made it
Dirty
unkosher
glass.
by adding milk.
It's whey. There's no dairy in it.
What do you think whey is?
Curds and whey.
Pure
Oh, boy.
muscle powder.
All right, I've got a waffle triangle. I've got some also sriracha. I've got some turkey and giblets cat food, which is going to be awesome.
That's gonna be the coup de grace.
I'm going to go ahead and top it off with some Doritos Cool Ranch crumbles.
Yeah.
I've watched enough cooking shows that this shit's going to be awesome. So I guess first things first, we crack open the cat food.
How's it smell? Can you take a big whiff of that for me?
It smells just like tuna fish, really.
Hmm.
Like the tuna fish that's in oil. And if you get close, you can kind of see all the byproducts and all that gravy at the top, that gelatin.
The thick
Just
oil
right
that's just
now,
surrounding it.
It's really salty. It's going to be pretty salty. So we take a nice little scoop, and then let's layer it on our waffle. This is really high in protein, not just for the kids. I think kids will really get a kick out of this because they eat dumb shit anyway. So we got that.
If you can't afford the whey, get some cat food.
Exactly. There's so much protein in cat food. I just shot sriracha all over myself prematurely. So then we gotta top it off with a little srirachis.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Don't
I'm not gonna be stingy with that. No way. Right now I'm just more upset that I have sriracha all over my hands. So, here we go. Let's get up some Doritos.
Crumble that on top.
Oh, you handed the napkin off cam. Thank you.
That's what I needed. I don't remember that for next.
Attractive individual. And I crush up some Doritos. There we go. Let's top it off. And that's. This is
yeah, that's gonna be a nice mouthfeel. That's gonna be great.
I am currently the fucking mayor of Flavortown. And then, of course, we've got a little blast, little dippins, little sauce.
Oh, there we go.
It's like a really good pizza. A really fucking hot pizza.
Oh man.
How's that cat food?
That was the cat.
Honestly, the cat food really just tastes like tuna fish.
Oh, well, that's a disappointment.
It's not as miserable as I thought it was. I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to like.
I mean,
it still looks
just kind of like with mine. There's probably somebody out there that's like, I ate that yesterday. I'm unfortunately in a situation where I have to eat cat food instead of fish.
Just
I like the waffle touch. I'm gonna try that instead.
No,
I just put it on paper.
Oh god, that's pretty awful. Yeah.
So you also have the biggest slice.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, pretty fucking awful.
All right.
Yay us! We're so good and cool.
Yay! People like us.
I only do this for you. I got cat food and Doritos all over my desk. Kind of see it.
Oh Jesus, that is a mess. That is a mess.
That was a mound. That was a pretty delicious mound, yeah. I don't know, cats eat that. I gotta start feeding them better shit. The worst thing right now is that like my gums are on fire from all that sriracha. It's not even really the cat food that was the worst part. There was just so much fucking sriracha. And I owe it to the waffle. The waffle was the glue that kept it together. Yep.
Well, I'm glad we could share that moment together. Look forward to it.
The waffle. Yeah, the waffle.
The waffle.
It's a good apple, yeah.
I got you.
So this is only the
snotted
beginning,
everywhere.
isn't it? Aren't we bringing the thunder next week with even grosser
Next week
shit,
I'm not
or?
sure, but right now we have a thing going on Twitter where we're trying to get up to 1,500 followers. And if we do, then I'm going to take this magical beast, pork brains and milk gravy. I'm going to mix it with some Sangria Blast and some more Doritos and make a delicious protein smoothie and chug the whole thing. Of course, we'll be recording it and uploading it to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
There's also a stretch goal where for some reason it blows up and we can get over 2,000. I'll do the whole thing wearing a giant Pikachu costume. So,
And you know you want to
there you go.
that.
So yeah, contain your boners after.
No, don't
Hide
don't
your
contain them.
daughters.
Let them fly. Share them with us.
Yeah. So I tweeted it out twice already. So if you go to what's your tag on Twitter, just find the post that has my face on it, and I'm holding the pork brains, and retweet it. Help us get to 1,500 or 2,000 followers, and the secret to pork-based protein will be yours. Pass along. I've even linked in the Xbox, and I'm hoping somebody there just takes pity and retweets it for us.
Just you see the official Xbox page just retweet something about a dude eating a pork brain smoothie. I think my life would be complete if they retweeted that.
That would be amazing, and then it ended up on Xbox Live under the What's New tab.
What's the video
new?
one?
What's your tag is puking while eating pork brains.
Yum! We're doing it all for Xbox.
We made it!
You can do it on Upload Studio.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to do it all in Connect. I'll probably have to move it all into a different room, or just use hook my Connect up to this Xbox. So since you can obviously see me here.
Yeah.
Mastering the culinary arts. I've learned a lot over the years. So
Yes.
let's end that on the high note.
And on that note, now that we've all eaten disgusting things, I think we can finally part ways. Do you
Yeah,
guys
we
have
all
any
need to go. We all need to
closing
go vomit
comments?
and work out.
No. Lately, we've been more active on social media than the actual website. You can find us online at whatsyourtagblog.com. Typically, we use it as a way to show our video content, but you can also follow everything we do on Twitter at whatsyourtag. You can go to our YouTube channel, see all of our videos, toss us a subscribe. And we're on Facebook at facebook.com/whatsyourtag. We would love you forever if you just followed us because we're pretty desperate.
Yeah, just follow. Tell your friends to do it too. If you already follow us, I'm sure you have a couple gamer friends out there who haven't.
Yeah.
Click that like or follow button. You could hook us up with just a few.
Just a few.
We're just
Oh, yeah.
we're just three poor people that just love games and doing stupid shit and eating horrible food. So let us live the dream. Help us out.
Please let us just play video games and eat terrible things.
I
And
know.
share it
If I
with
could do that for the rest of my life, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, if you
Make
could
that
make that happen,
happen.
that'd be great.
Make that happen to
Thanks.
Xbox.
Or Mountain Dew, whoever decides to give us money first. One of the
Xbox
two.
or these guys? One of you two. Come on.
Come on. Or both? Both?
It's a race.
It is. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back again next week.
See you next week, guys.
All right, take it easy, guys.